Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth. In today's episode, I'm going to be covering all the blue perks here in Modern Warfare 3, and if you haven't noticed, the gameplay is not me standing around in a private match testing these things out. I already know what they do, and it's really boring to watch all these tests, so the gameplay that you're seeing is me going 100% full-on team player, objective-oriented support with the UMP45 rapid-fire support loadout. Going to do a little bit of sniper support later, maybe a little bit of shotgun action, going to change it up, and hopefully keep this gameplay interesting. And for those of you that haven't noticed, I haven't been uploading a lot of in-depth lately, and if you're wondering why, that's because graduate school is hard and I have homework and final exams and final projects coming out of my ass for these next few weeks, so it's going to take a little bit before I can get right back on schedule with the in-depth. Until then, I'm just struggling to meet my quota on Respawn and elsewhere. The first perk up today is everybody's favorite, Blind Eye. When you're running Blind Eye, you're going to be completely invisible to KILLSTREAK AI. That means the Pavlo, the Overwatch, the attack helicopter, the sentry gun, or any sort of fully automated lethal killstreak will not be able to see you at all. It won't shoot at you unless you're standing too close to one of your enemy teammates, in which case it may hit you because you're standing too close to somebody that doesn't have Blind Eye. Also, when the enemy is looking down their sights of any sort of non-AI killstreak, like a remote-controlled turret, AC-130 Predator missile, you won't get the red outline, and you also won't glow. You won't show up on that bright glow on the thermal, so that's incredibly useful if you want to play tactical or if you want to shoot down enemy aircraft. Or really, I only use it when I have to shoot down aircraft. When you upgrade this to Pro by shooting down 40 pieces of, or 40 different kill streaks while using this, you get 50% faster lock-on with your stingers, and you get 1.6x bullet damage against enemy kill streaks, so when you're shooting aircraft, your bullets are going to do more damage, and you'll lock on much, much faster. After that, we have my absolute favorite blue perk, and the one which I think is most useful to most players most of the time, and that's Sleight of Hand. When you have Sleight of Hand on, you're going to reload twice as fast. When you want to get technical about this, the game code says 0.5x whatever your reload time is. That counts for your full reload, your empty reload, and your ADD or reload cancel time. It's just twice as fast across the board. When you upgrade this to Sleight of Hand Pro, which almost everybody and their grandmother has and uses, your weapon swap time is twice as fast, or again, 1/2 whatever your original weapon swap time. That's what your new weapon swap time is. A side effect of this is that Call of Duty treats picking up new weapons the same as swapping weapons, so you also get twice as fast weapon pickup time, which can absolutely save your life if you're on the go. You can tap Y, drop your pistol really quick, pick up a secondary weapon, or keep going, or if you completely run out of ammo and there's a good weapon laying on the ground, there is no reason that you shouldn't just pick it up and keep rolling when you have this perk. Our middle perk today is one of the most innovative and dangerous perks ever added to a Call of Duty game. It's one of my favorite perks. I don't use it too much unless I really have to. It's called Recon Pro. What Recon does is it makes your tactical and lethal grenade explosive damage tag enemies on the map like the Blackbird from Call of Duty. So that means every time you get hit markers with flashbangs, with stuns, with EMP grenades, when somebody barely dodges your bouncing Betty, when you get hit markers with your frags but don't blow anything up, you're going to tag them on the map for 12 seconds. 12 seconds is a very long time. That's long enough to capture a domination point and a half, if I'm not mistaken, and it shows you what direction they're heading. It's like an advanced UAV on steroids, and you get it just for hitting people with flashbangs. A good tactic with this is if you're running search and destroy, normal search and destroy, not hardcore, you can throw a lot of flashes right off the beginning and completely tag the entire enemy team and show you exactly where they're going. I did this a lot in Call of Community until I found out that it was banned, and then I felt embarrassed. The Pro version of this perk is even more dangerous. When you're running Pro, bullet damage also tags enemies Blackbird style. That means if you're shooting at somebody and you get a few hit markers and they scoot around a corner, they're going to be tagged on the minimap for 12 seconds, exactly what direction they're going, where they're looking, real time. Very dangerous. One thing of note is that when the enemy team or whoever you're shooting at is running dead silence, that muffles the effect of this by 6 seconds. I've seen it successively patched, and I think it works differently in private match versus public. A lot of times when I'm playing a private match and I tag somebody that has dead silence, they show up as a dot instead of the Blackbird arrow, but even still, this is incredibly effective. It lets you know where they are. One of the most dangerous perks if you use it properly. Alright, now we're getting back to perks that I use more frequently here. Marathon increases your sprint distance by 2, or allows you to sprint twice as far. It doesn't change your run speed at all. One of the side effects of this is that the game is coded to regenerate your stamina at a certain rate. Like, you have a certain set amount of stamina and it regenerates at a certain rate. What this perk doesn't do is affect your stamina regeneration rate. It basically just doubles your stamina pool in a way, so it takes you twice as long to recover after you've sprinted that extra distance. What I tend to do is stack this on the the USAS-12, which has like 1.85x sprint built into it, and I get over 3x my normal sprint distance and run all over the map. When you upgrade this to Pro by doing something stupid like running 20 miles, it allows you to climb and vault objects faster. If I'm not mistaken, it's twice as fast, but I wasn't able to find any numbers on this, so I don't want to report it. You do climb and vault a lot faster. I think it's twice as fast, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. And our last perk today is by far the most simple one. It's Scavenger. When you have Scavenger, all enemies and friendlies, when they die, they're going to drop these little blue bags of ammo everywhere. All you have to do is run over them, and you'll pick up 1 extra magazine of ammo per bag. It only picks up magazines for your primary weapon and your secondary, as long as that secondary is in a launcher. Speaking of which, it doesn't resupply grenades of any type on any launcher or any tactical or lethal grenades, with the exception of it does resupply throwing knives. You can pick up all the throwing knives you want. When you upgrade this to Pro by picking up lots and lots of little baggies, you're just going to spawn in with maximum ammo on your primary and secondary weapons. So much ammo that you won't have a clue what to do with it, especially considering that you're going to be picking up more. You'll never ever have to worry about reloading again. This is best used with extended mags for those of you that like to spray and pray. Now the in-depth episode is done, but I've got some important things to talk to you guys about here in the gameplay commentary portion of this episode. Still using my UMP-45 rapid-fire Kimbo Scorpions full-on objective and support player. I'm not exactly an MLG Pro Star, so you're going to see me screw up some things in this unedited portion here. The first thing I wanted to tell you is thank you for dropping all those likes and comments on the Gamma Gamers Facebook page and the Gamma Labs Facebook page. They were extremely impressed and extremely happy with that, but unfortunately there is a formal process to go through before I can become a Gamma Gamer, and the Facebook page was only one of them. Apparently growing the page by 10% overnight wasn't good enough, so now I have to move up to phase 2, and I'll reveal that as it goes. There's legal reasons, but I wanted to tell you guys what this means for me is not necessarily what it means for me, was what it means for my wife, because there are financial motivations behind this and some other ones. My wife is going to be quitting her job soon as a nurse. She works very, very hard at night working the med-surg floor, which if you don't know, that's old people, that's diabetes, that's long-term care patients that just don't leave, so she gets to deal with rotten foots and dementia patients and people that can't be helped and dead bodies and stuff every single night, and it's really, really wearing down on her, and I finally convinced her to go against her natural Asian ways and go ahead and quit her job, and promised her that I would take care of all the rest of the finances and everything else. So you're going to see an increase of promotions on this page, because that's really the only way for me to manage that. Once again, I'm going to keep my promise to you guys. I'm not going to push crap. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try and goad you into buying things that are no good. I'm just not going to do that, because that doesn't do anybody any good in the long run. Even in the short run, that barely does any good. But there is a promotion that I wanted to ask for you here in this video, but it's not for myself. What happened is a subscriber named David posted on the Facebook page asking for a favor. He said he voted for me in the Gamma Labs contest, and he was wondering if I could vote for his sister in this contest to help her win a special handicap van. You know the ones that park in the handicap spots and they have the ramps that come down and the special pedals, and not necessarily pedals, but it's so that you can actually work the gas and brake with your hands instead of having to use your legs. And it sounds very, very cruel, but I get a lot of these messages every day. Somebody's dog, somebody's house burned down, somebody's great aunt needs something, and you can't say yes to everything, but I went against my natural trained instinct here and went ahead and clicked the link to see what was going on, and I found out that his sister, despite her lifelong disability, actually managed to get a bachelor's degree in special education and then a master's in counseling, and now instead of trying to make money, or well, I guess she makes money, but what she does is she works in the special education field, special education teacher, and she also counsels families with children that have disabilities and tries to help as much as possible in the community. And that really, really touched me and impressed me that somebody that had suffered so much hardship still decided to try and give back. And I kept reading on here, and apparently she already has a van, but it's not doing too well, and it breaks down, and it's unreliable. And that doesn't sound like too big of a deal for most of you guys, but imagine if you have muscular dystrophy and you break down in the middle of public. Like, let's say you're just driving through the bad part of New Jersey, which if you've seen Jersey Shore, anywhere near the shore, that's a bad part of New Jersey, and your van breaks down. That's not a pleasant situation if you can't, if you're not very mobile. And I went ahead and voted, and after I voted, I went through there and I looked at all the links, and I just saw thousands upon hundreds of people, each one with a story. Children, adults, firefighters that were injured, all kinds of people needing help that really, really need this van, and it just started crushing me that I couldn't help all of them. No matter how bad I wanted, I couldn't make their pain go away. I couldn't make their suffering go away. I couldn't get them all vans. I couldn't let them walk. And I just sit here and think, you know, maybe I wish I could just trade places for a day and let them walk, and I'll sit in the chair. And then I was thinking, how cruel would that be if I did that and then sent them back to the chair after giving them a taste of walking around for a day? Like, what kind of sick fantasy was that? And I couldn't shake it. I couldn't get it out of my head because I really just wanted to help them all, but I fucking couldn't! I can't help anybody. I just have to sit here and make my YouTube videos and piss around on Call of Duty and teach you guys what kind of perks make you better at Call of Duty, but I can't help the people that really need help or do anything that really matters. So what I want you to do is vote in this contest for Kristen Dunleavy and help her win a van so that she can continue to help families that have children with disabilities, because we can't help everybody. Not everybody can win the contest, unfortunately. Not everybody can walk. It's okay, buddy. I'm not mad at you. Good boy, Ozzy. It's okay. It just really, really bothers me to see people suffering and to not be able to do anything about it at all. So Of the thousands in the contest, I want to help at least one person. I want to make a difference for somebody instead of sitting on my ass doing nothing, asking you to like fucking Facebook pages because I need more money. I want you to help somebody that actually deserves help and not me. So please go and vote on this contest for the National Mobility Awareness Month. It's already into the contest. We're actually already lagging, so I'm going to need a lot of votes to help win this and make a difference for somebody. Also, if you enter the promo code 797 while you're voting, you'll get 5 votes instead of 1 for reasons I don't understand. So everybody do this. I'm going to be voting every day, and you're going to see this at the end of a lot of in-depth videos until the contest is over, because I really want to help. I don't want to just sit here and be so worthless, and I hope that you guys help me out. Drifter out.